All right, y'all. Hello. I am Haley, or it's Haley. I am a cozy creative, and today I'm bringing Afro hair to the presentation party. My topic is all about the programming related to the crown and the $1 billion war on Afro hair. And I got really excited when I saw the conspiracy party in the Twitch Black Guild Discord because I love conspiracy theories and I have a lot to say about the dark sides of the entertainment industry, like I sort of mentioned before. Weather modification, MK Ultra, which sort of connects to my focus on the lower level. But the conditioning that the beauty industry did to me personally, and how mentally challenging past chapters of my life were because of these influenced opinions I had about my own hair and identity, is why this topic is really important to me. Growing up, hair relaxers were very popular and widely promoted. Relaxing hair is a process which involves using chemicals to straighten hair, and this is an ongoing process needing to reapply with new hair growth. When I first tried relaxer, it was in 2014, and I liked it because my mindset at the time thought straight hair was easier to manage, pretty, and more convenient. And being an impressionable teenager, I truly believed it was more attractive to boys and overall more widely accepted. But it caused the most damage I've ever experienced. So the pictures on the left show my natural virgin hair. It was stronger, thicker, and healthier. Once it was relaxed, my hair began to break. Combining heat resulted in it being very thin, short, and stiff, despite advertisers promising flowing, longer hair. After experiencing all that damage, I went to protective styles. Yes, it's in quotation marks, but we'll get into why that is later. From crochet braids to clip-ins, extensions to faux locks. It was cute, but it did the bare minimum for the health of my hair. Now, my hair is healthy again. I'm on month 9 of my lock journey, and I love it. And during this journey, I learned a lot about the culture and ancient wisdom embedded in my hair. The styles you see today have been around for centuries. The pictures on the top were taken in a Virginia museum, and this is Chief Powhatan, Pocahontas' father. On the right, you can see pictures of his hair is similar to modern styles. And there's been debate of the ethnicity of Chief Powhatan, but I found a book published in 1670 that describes Powhatan with an army of, quote, about 200 more as black as himself. On the left is an 1836 artist rendition of a Seminole chief in Micanopy, Florida, displaying a traditional wick hairstyle, a type of lock that we still see today, and the rapper Kodak Black is also from Florida. And these hairstyles did not only reflect nature, they held intentions, spiritual significance, and they were also a way of communication. Each indigenous tribe had its own hairstyles, signifying geographic origins, marital status, age, ethnic identity, and wealth. Historians and anthropologists claim that the hairstyles on Buddhist statues are not a realistic depiction of what these people looked like. However, when you compare them to the bottom images of the sponge curls on the left, the bantu knots in the middle, and the flat twist on the right, many styles were worn today that are direct descendants of these ancient traditions. During the transatlantic slave trade, enslavers commonly cut off the hair of those they captured to dehumanize them, erase personal identity, and disconnect them from their cultural background. Hair also became an important means of survival. Enslaved women across South America and the United States created complex braiding patterns that secretly mapped escape routes. At the same time, West African women are said to have braided rice and seeds into their hair before abduction so they could plant crops wherever they were forced to live. Slaves who had looser curl patterns were also given preferential treatment, working inside the house instead of out in the fields. So this marked the start of conditioning people to view coily and coarse hair as inferior. But control over Afro hair extended beyond slavery, affecting even those who were free. A new law in 1786 was passed in New Orleans as an attempt to refrain from, quote unquote, excessive attention to dress and to control those who, quote, threatened the social order, unquote, belittling women into a slave class. They were forced to wrap their hair in a tenon material headscarf, but this did not stop women and their creativity because they still adorned their scarves with jewels, ribbons, and other decorative tying methods. With limited job opportunities in the late 1800s, the Afro hair care industry began in people's homes through hairstyling and homemade hair products. At the beginning of the century, most manufacturers of hair care products were white men, and they did not succeed in turning a great profit. So Madam C.J. Walker reintroduced and improved already existing tools such as the hot comb and made her own products, becoming the first self-made black woman millionaire in the United States. The hot comb, though, was controversial, raising questions about whether it was helpful or harmful. But she, like others, marketed her products on the psychology of quote-unquote looking good. So straight hair was desired at this time. But in the 1960s, the Afro debuted with the concept of black is beautiful.
This brother here, myself, all of us were born with our hair like this, and we just wear it like this because it's natural, because the reason for it, you might say, is like a new awareness among black people that their own natural appearance, physical appearance, is beautiful and it's pleasing to them. For so many, many years, we were told that only white people were beautiful. Only straight hair, light eyes, light skin was beautiful. And so black women would try everything they could, straighten their hair and lighten their skin to look as much like white women. But this has changed because black people are aware. And white people are aware of it too because white people now want natural wigs. They want wigs like this. Dig it? Isn't it beautiful? All right.
As the Black Power movement declined in the mid-1970s, many who entered the workforce felt pressured to return to quote-unquote professional straightened hair. The Afro transformed from a political symbol into just another hairstyle. Then by the 1980s, processed hair once again became fashionable. The Jerry curl used chemicals to produce loose, shiny curls that were popular with both men and women. And although economic struggles affected many black communities, hair salons remained some of the most thriving black-owned businesses. At the same time, control of the black hair care industry was increasingly shifted away from black ownership.
We think the African American style is very big business.
Almost every week they change the style for hair.
Everybody wants to be a part of our market because we're the #1 consumer. We spend 10 to 1 on anybody in hair. In the retail market right now, majority of the retail stores are ran by Koreans. And more of the Korean stores that are ran by, the 90%, are supported 100% by black African money. It's so unfair, that they take our money. But once again, part of it is our blame. We allow what happened.
Most of the black manufacturers have sold their companies to the various companies like Revlon and L'Oreal.
Most of the black hair money is made by Asians.
Right.
Is it hard for black people to get in the black hair business?
Yes, it is very hard for African Americans to get into the hair business. The Koreans have dominated the manufacturing and they also dominate the retail of it. Koreans only sell to Korean retailers, but because the profit margin is so large, they will not sell to other African Americans.
Afro hair powers a billion-dollar industry, and profits depend on maintaining the idea that Afro hair needs to be corrected. Media and advertising program the public into a never-ending cycle of hair damage and repair.
Catastrophe.
Look what happened to my hair. Normally it's straight. I was just walking down the hall when poof, my whole head of hair puffed up just like that.
What is that?
Now, Kim and I go way back. I met her on season 2 of American Idol. And what I can tell you is this is some pretty unruly hair. And I gotta tell you, the day before any performance show, she would actually come to my apartment and we'd spend hours blow drying her hair straight.
Hours.
And the true test is when you drop it, it drops in a clump. The hair we use the InStyler on is soft and it's beautiful. And the test, look, when it falls, it just feathers out. It's beautiful, manageable, shiny, sexy, performer hair.
Fantastic. That is fantastic.
First, they tell you your hair is the problem. then the industry profits from the insecurity it created. But what actually is inside chemical relaxers? A popular relaxer, Dark and Lovely, owned by L'Oreal, includes warnings and safety information about the injury it causes to eyes, skin, and permanent hair loss, but it's still on the market today. Upon deeper research of these chemicals, I found they can cause scalp burns, skin irritation, allergic reactions, and clogged follicles. A 2021 Boston University study showed that frequent use of relaxers may increase the risk of breast cancer. Research published by the BMJ journals showed that fibroids are diagnosed more often in Black women. Another study in 2025 finds an increased risk of uterine cancer among Black women due to these very same hair relaxers. But the good news is the Boston Globe reported that sales in relaxers have dropped from $206 million in 2008 to $152 million in 2013. But liability attorneys are also actively investigating hair relaxers because there are more than 11,000 lawsuits as of March 2026. After all that damage, protective styles have been on the rise, but while it can be another form of self-expression, as I've mentioned before, they are not as protective as they seem. Tight braiding tension, product buildup, and prolonged scalp coverage creates stress on natural hair, causing it to struggle to breathe and thrive. Many of these products marketed for Afro hair contain preservatives, plastics, and synthetic chemicals. The formulas are built for hold and shelf life, not scalp health. A 2023 Lancet study identified synthetic braiding hair as a potential source of cancer-causing chemicals. This is an unrecognized health risk that receives little regulatory attention. These styles that are continuously being labeled protective may still expose the scalp to harmful compounds and heavy metals for weeks at a time. The system continues to neglect regulations and natural alternatives, but even human hair wigs and pieces have concerns of its own because hair holds energy.
When you put other people's energy in like that, everything they went through is in their hair. If they cut their hair, they cut it for a reason. If it was financially, everything they went through was from a poverty position. If it was ritual, that means that whatever they lived through is being kept and pent up in the hair.
Now with social media, countless people continue to spread knowledge to reintroduce a deeper understanding of hair and its powerful connection to nature, the nervous system, and other symbolic intentions.
In your hair kills the electromagnetic information that your body receives. Your hair is an antenna and communicates directly to your brain. And when you decrease its ability to pick up magnetism, electricity, you decrease in the vitality of your system. Hair is used to digest food. It's in your stomach and small and large intestines. It's in your ear. When you hear sound, it's a thing in your ear called a cochlea that has water in it, and the water shakes when you hear sound, and the shaking of the water shakes the hair and turns the sound into a chemical. Then you have hair in your eyes, which we call rods and cones, and that's how you see color in black and white. And the retina stimulates this rods and cones, and that's how you see by the hair. That's how you see, that's how you digest, that's how things work with hair. So you really don't want to do anything to your hair. When you're losing hair and your hair is brittle and all that stuff, you're losing hair everywhere. It's a big problem there.
Not only does hair reflect our internal frequencies and receive signals, it's also reflected externally in nature. Brazilian street artist Fabio Gomes incorporated nature directly in his art, as there is no secret, and this perspective is nothing new. This brings us back to the knowledge that many ancient cultures had surrounding hair. It was understood as a sacred crown connecting to identity, the divine, and spiritual power.
This is directly out of a Malachi York book. 9 ether is the highest of all spiritual powers activated through nature and the hormones of the human Elohim. It's 9 to the 9th power of the 9th power of 9, which is the highest of supreme mathematics as seen in our hair texture. The number 9 is a symbol of birth. We have a natural curl in our hair that shapes like a 9. We, the Elohim, lost our spiritual powers long ago when we interfered to change our 9 ether sheep-like woolly hair to emulate the 6 ether goat-like straight hair of Azazel, the fallen one, another name for Samael. So you see the difference in the follicle, show you the 9 ether versus the 6 ether.
Right.
The star-born versus the earth-born.
Please continue to do your own research because this is only the tip of the iceberg. This rabbit hole goes so much deeper, but I encourage you to use your discernment because a lot of the information surrounding hair and spirituality is highly controlled and censored by the very same forces who create the problem and sell the solution. But the $1 billion war ends when you stop the cycle. All the sources that I've referenced can be found in my Discord server under the presentations channel for anyone who wants to explore them further. So yeah, I'm hoping to do more presentations like this too. Thank you very much.
Oh, this was so good and informative.
Thank you.
I love that. No, that was really dope. I think you should post that in the Discord. That's really freaking cool. That was really informational. I love that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll definitely be posting that.